Would you recommend anyone like a husband and wife? Do you recommend like couples work together?
She's the only one that literally has my best interest.
Yeah.
At heart. There's literally like
It's a different type of investment.
I don't care who, nobody on this earth.
I see her potential as much as she wants to like work with brands. You're your own brand. There's nobody like you. When I married her, I saw something.
They think we're being so hard on them. We see so much in them, and that's why we're so passionate about like, yo, like stop waiting on these people to validate you.
Yeah.
You are your own brand. Of course I would want deals with them as well. What if you never get any of these deals?
My goal is to build an empire, build a legacy, and the person that's going to be personally invested is the person on the other side who's building that legacy with me, and that's going to be my partner, my spouse. This episode has been sponsored by nobody. If you guys want to throw something at me, give us some free Bob Cool. But again, we are sponsored by nobody. All right. So quick intermission. I guess it'll be part two of the conversation. I'll probably add this to the last segment. Do you think that friends changed on you with your success?
Dang, that's a great question.
Because this has happened to my wife, right? Which my wife was probably in a space where she wasn't shooting as much, and there was more access to her. The key word would be access. There was more access to her, and then she started. Obviously, me and her started shooting a lot more. She started shooting more often. Started working with bigger brands. Started traveling more to Paris, from here to there. And then it was almost a situation where they just kind of backed off, disappeared, because that access, one, is gone, and there's an assumption that you've changed. You're not the same person. But some people get intimidated by that and just kind of back off.
Right.
And it's like, bro, I never thought we had a problem. I just don't see you no more, or you don't check on your how do you say it?
On your good friends.
Your good friends.
Your good friends. Man, that's a good one.
So yeah, have friends changed on you with your success?
Hey, Sandy, have our friends changed on us with our success? Have friends changed on us with our success?
Our friends have changed?
Yeah. No, not have friends. Have people change on you since our success?
I think so.
Okay. Got it. All right. That's all I need to know. All right. Thank you. All right. So
for the people who are listening who couldn't hear Mrs. Sandy.
Yeah. Sandy in the background, adding her ad libs. No, I just wanted to kind of get her confirmation before we start. I think
you start figuring out who's your friends.
People definitely change on you when they don't understand the growth that you're going to. They think that you're being bougie, or they think that like, so you don't hang no more because all this good stuff. But like, they wouldn't understand it until they're in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the people who do get it, they just get it. Like, bro, I have certain friends where, I don't talk to them for months. And I see them right now, and it's like we never even separated for all the months. You know what I'm saying? But there's the other ones that's like, oh, you better than everybody now. You think you so-and-so. You think you got this house now and all that good stuff. That you at this level. And that's how you weed out who's for you and who's just not for you. I'm not even going to say who's for you and who's against you. Who's for you and just who's just not for you. Yeah. Because I'm going to give them grace because they just don't understand it yet, because they're not in those positions where it requires that amount of work and sacrifice. So, but for the people who do get it and who are still in our lives, shout out to them. But for the people who don't, I give them grace because they just don't understand what it takes, and they think that you're still at the point in life where they think you should be back with them, where I don't know if you went to high school with them or college with them or whatever, but they still think that you're like that college friend, whether that's your frat brother or person you had so many classes with or whatever. Sometimes they kind of think that you should be at that same point with them. And that's not me saying you think that you're above them.
Yeah.
Or better than them or whatever. It's just that we're on a different wavelength right now. And that's perfectly okay. But you have to be able to recognize that. But it's not my job to sit here and convince you that I'm doing what I'm doing to make you happy.
Exactly.
Like, I got my life to live. You got your life to live. And if you don't understand it, it is what it is. I wish you nothing but the best.
Life is about progression, and we're growing in different directions. We're also adults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to grow.
Grown-ups.
You know what I mean? And you guys at least have a child. It's me and I don't have a child just yet. But like, we ain't got time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times these are insecurities, and the insecurities they really, really show, because a lot of times they'll say, "Oh, well, you don't talk." They won't include the fact that, bro, you're not even calling me.
Right.
So is it a situation where I'm not calling you because you also aren't calling me?
Right.
But that's very interesting, man, because the thing about growth and progression is that a lot of insecurities have a lot to do with them and not you.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Because at the end of the day, we should all be evolving and growing together.
Yep.
And a lot of times when you see someone that's not growing, you'll see a lot of how they really, really feel. Like they'll really tell you everything.
Yeah. If you see someone who's not really progressing from where they were,
Yeah.
a lot of their insecurities show from how they interact with you now.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of see it. And instead of you trying to convince them or tell them why, or prove to them why you're doing what you're doing, or why they should be where you are, you gotta just pray for them, bro.
Yeah. That part.
It's really, it's not worth the energy, because you have a family now, you're married now, you have a career now, you have things that you're trying to do. Who are you to try to jump back and try to save this person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So no more somber things. Let's go on a let's go on a higher note, man. So one of the connections that we have is that we both work directly with our wives. They play a major part in our processes. They play a major role in the empire that we're building. And not only is it our empire that we're building, we also are able to assist them in the empire that they're building for themselves.
Yep.
Obviously, we're building a kingdom together. So you're taking what you're doing and you're taking what I'm doing, and we're building it together.
Right.
So one of the things that we do the photo exchanges, right? Where you'll shoot my wife and I shoot you and Sandy.
Yep.
How do you make it work when it comes to you working with your wife? First of all, let me ask you from the beginning. What's your process with your wife? How do you guys work together?
Man, it's day by day, man. You know, she is the heart and soul of our business, as much as people don't really realize. You know, she even came up with the name Reem. You know what I'm saying? You know, which stands for reliving each and every moment. She came up with that.
Even know
Yeah,
that.
exactly. You didn't even, a lot of people don't even know that.
I was like, bro,
Yeah.
your name's Kareem. All right, Reem.
Yeah. I didn't want my name Kareem in my business name.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was too long, and it was just, I don't know, wasn't connectable, if that's even a word. So she came up with the name to make it more condensed and more like brandable, calling it Reem. And I just kind of ran with it. But, you know, she's really the heart and soul of the business, man. She helps with everything from the like client communications, invoicing, contracts, consultation calls, things like that, where the part that, you know, as creatives, we want to just like shoot and edit, right?
Yeah.
You know, she helps with the other side of things that we don't feel like, we just feel like doing at times. You know, don't get me wrong. I actually don't mind doing those things. I know a lot of creatives don't, but the fact that having her being on board and understanding the vision of where I want this to be at, it's a huge thing. So working with her it's amazing, man. You know, we work from home together.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like she's at work and I'm home, or I'm at work and she's home. A lot of the things we do is together, and I don't take that for granted. I think it's a blessing.
What's Sandy's background? What did she study? And
Yeah, so Sandy was born in Jersey for 10 seconds. She moved to Florida right afterwards. I don't know what happened there. But she was born in Jersey, moved to Florida. Several high schools, things like that. But she was pretty much born and raised in like Broward County, and she was moving back and forth from St. Martin back to Florida every like kind of summer, because her mom had a business out there. So she would be back and forth there. But she went to Florida Atlantic University, FAU, and she got her degree in business administration, and then she went to Nova Southeastern University for master's in human resources. So she has a background in human resources, client experiences, things like that. And I always say like her role is just like being an overall vibe.
Yeah.
Like she's the vibist, if that's even a word. You know what I'm saying? So
If it's not, we're gonna make it a word.
we're gonna make it a word. We're gonna check you.
Would you say she's like very organized, like organized person?
I would say so in a sense.
Ish.
In a sense. I'm more like organized when it comes to like the business.
Yeah.
Like folders, making sure everything is in a specific spot. She's more like the live in the moment, the go-getter.
Yeah.
Where I feel like I need to be like more prepared for the situation. She's more of the like, just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think we kind of found a good balance.
Did you guys immediately from the beginning? Because when you were all snap, at what point, like what kind of role did she play once you guys separated? Like, did she immediately jump on, or was it a situation where you were just doing your own thing and then she eventually just started helping out?
No. Yeah. As soon as I separated myself, she was all on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was all for it. When I decided to join them, of course, her role, pretty much didn't really exist because we was forming like this company and we had like people in positions for stuff like that. But once we decided to branch off and do our own thing, she jumps right back into it.
Would you recommend anyone like a husband and wife? Do you recommend like couples work together?
I mean, I would hope so. I would hope. I would say yes. I recommend that a husband and wife work together, and I would hope that they do, because if whichever way it goes, if the husband don't believe in what the wife is doing and the wife don't believe what the husband is doing, that's gonna be a whole situation right there. It's like if Sabine didn't like believe in what you were doing, like why you doing all this production stuff? Like it's not gonna make you no money, all that good stuff. Like go get the degree you got and all that good stuff. Like I think that'll be a very, very tough situation. So I think it's natural for if you're a couple who are married and have a covenant together, that you should understand where your spouse is going prior to marriage.
I agree.
Because after that,
y'all stuck.
We married now. So
it's funny. So I won't disagree with you, but I'm gonna throw some stuff in there.
Okay.
Because I think you can definitely support your partner, but you ain't gotta do everything together. You don't gotta work together.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think it works in our particular cases. In mine, I shoot like 95% of all the things that she creates. On my end, she helps me a lot with branding and marketing and like outreach. I'd say outreach. But like there's a lot of people who aren't entrepreneurs like us, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of individuals who work those 9 to 5s, and I think a lot of time, too much time together. Listen, I'm only 1 year in. You might know a lot better than me. Yeah. But sometimes too much time together doesn't give you the chance to miss them, bro. And then before you know it, we're doing everything together. And sometimes you gotta miss somebody, bro.
Word. I saw it was a comedian I saw on TikTok. He said, men don't like to be by themselves, but we don't like to be alone.
Yeah.
We want you there. We're like, we need you there all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think what he kind of means by that is like you said, when you're all together all the time, it like you don't have that sense of like, dang, how can I work myself? That good stuff. I remind myself that she's the only one that literally has my best interest at heart. There's literally like
it's a different type of investment.
It's a different type of investment. Like nobody wants the best for me more than her.
Yeah.
I don't care who, nobody on this earth. We love our son. He's a blessing. He's our miracle child. But at the end of the day, it started with me and her. And she has my best interest at heart. And that's what I try to kind of remind myself.
Yeah.
So
listen, if you're at home, Don't force it. If y'all
Don't force it.
if y'all don't work well together, then just don't do it, fam.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you guys are in a situation where you guys complement each other. Sabine and I can say that we're in the process of learning how to do it. I think everyone sees it for us and wants it for us, and they see how we mesh. Especially with growing the Laventure brand and her being a stylist. It just we mesh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, obviously there's a process in learning how to do it.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. There's a difference between what people see and
it's
what
tough.
Y'all the ones who go to bed every night together.
Yeah.
Y'all live together. You know, so y'all see the real. You know what I'm saying? Well, people see is like, oh my God, you guys are such a like beautiful couple, like all that good stuff. And that's true. You know?
Very true.
But it's every day with me and Sandy. Like it's always gonna be a disagreement with me and her. With something, it's always gonna be some type of like conversation, debate, disagreement, all that good stuff. But it's what I knew I signed up for.
Exactly.
Is what people don't realize. The second people disagree with their spouse, they think it's like, oh, I'm frustrated. See, I knew you wanted to one for me, all that good stuff. But no, I walked into this knowing that this is going to be ups and downs and it's going to be tough. But when I go back and I'm like, and we're not talking or whatever, I remind myself that this is we're a team. You know what I'm saying? This is what we signed up for, and this is what I unapologetically wanted for myself. And I think that's where people miss. You know, we fantasize marriages and engagements and all that good stuff, but we forget that half of it is going to be the downs with the ups. You know what I'm saying? So for the people that are saying like you guys are like perfect for what you're doing, I wholeheartedly agree. Obviously, I'm like I said, y'all need to get a YouTube together, all that good stuff. But I know that they don't see what's going on like behind closed doors. You know, you guys are with each other 96% of the time.
We shoot a lot.
You know what I'm saying? You're together all the time. But I just make sure I try to remind myself that like this is the person that I know at the end of the day, if anything I needed, this is the person I know what like wants my best interest at heart. Like you could tell, like even when we were shooting, like she was making sure like you good. She might not have known like how to set this up and all that good stuff, but she wanted to just make sure that you were good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like so I try not to take that lightly, even though we do at times. As much as I say it, we still be doing it. We still be taking it lightly, like things like that. But as long as I know at the core of it all is that we have our best interests at heart, I think that's why we've been able to have such longevity.
That's a blessing, bro.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, bro. And you said something that was just right on point. And I can ditto that. Nobody wants me to do well more than Sabine does.
I guarantee.
Right? Because and it's the same thing. I'm Sabine's biggest cheerleader. That's why sometimes I can be honest when I say I'm a little tougher on her. Because especially for her, you know how Beyonce has the beehive? Sabine has the bee stingers. And they could I don't want to be attacked, so I'm not gonna talk about them.
They be expecting stuff, right?
Not only that, it's just like people don't like really know who you really are. Right? And there's a perception because social media provides you that perception. Like you can't control what people see, right? They're gonna interpret what they see the way they want to see it. Right? And our job is not to police it. Because ultimately our job is to brand and create an experience because that's what content creating is. When it comes to the brand, some people can be overly invested that they think they know you more than they really do.
For sure. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's one thing to think about it. There's another completely different thing to act upon it. And a lot of times people might overstep the boundaries a little bit, but when it comes to Sabine, I see her potential. As much as she wants to like work with brands, I tell Sabine all the time, you're your own brand. There's nobody like you, and I mean that to the bottom of my heart. So it's similar to what you just said, where nobody nobody's gonna see your potential the way your partner's gonna see it.
Yep.
It's just not gonna happen because like when I married her, I saw something, and I'm pretty sure it's the both reciprocal. When if I would have asked Sandy, I'm assuming she would say the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Same thing, vice versa. So the investment is going to be completely different. My goal is to build an empire. My goal is to build a legacy. And the person that's going to be personally invested is the person on the other side who's building that legacy with me. And that's going to be my partner, my spouse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that level of commitment goes further than me being a fan. I'm just your fan.
Right,
and I love you so much, man. You're perfect. I got to see the good. I got to see the bad. I got to see the attitude sometimes. But more importantly, I look forward to the upside.
Right. And you hit it right on. I just want to touch on it real quick. Like, you got it. Like, it's funny how they think we're being so hard on them.
Yeah.
But in reality, the same way they see it in us, we see so much in them. And that's why we're so passionate about like, like, stop waiting on these people to validate you.
Yeah.
Stop waiting on these outside things to give you a deal or whatever. You hit it right on the money.
Part.
It's so crazy how we're literally on the same page. I tell her all the time, you are your own brand. I've told her all the time, like I get it. These brands are great. Of course I would want deals with them as well. But don't think that you're just gonna keep walking. What if you never get any of these deals?
Yeah.
What if you never get it for the rest of your life? What are you gonna do? Just gonna sit here and pout about it and be sad about it because you never got this deal? In the meantime, show them who you are.
Exactly.
And kill the game for your own brand. People are going to want to come to you as opposed to you wanting to go to them.
And it goes from you seeking them to them eventually want to seek you.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But they, it's a validation thing, and they kind of want to know that a brand reached out to them and all that good stuff. And I get it. But, I'm not going to stop fighting for her, even when she's not fighting for herself.
Exactly.
I'm not going to stop telling her that she's her own brand. I'm not going to stop telling her, you're killing the game and all that good stuff, even when she thinks she isn't. I'll say that for her even when she doesn't. So I'm not going to stop because I know that's what I signed up for.
That's beautiful, man. Listen, time flies when you're having a good time, man. We got to definitely do this again, brother. But we were able to knock out. We've been talking for how much? 2 hours plus?
Probably about 2 hours.
Yeah. I was tardy today. That the tape,
bro,
kind of killed us.
Just the little things.
Yeah, just the little things. Yeah. But no, man, it's there's a lot of things on my list or my card that I didn't get to, but we'll definitely find another time to chop it up. But I look forward to your growth, your progression, your family. We didn't even get to talk a little bit about traveling with your son.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. So we'll talk about some other things next time. Thank you for welcoming me to your beautiful home, man. Absolutely. And we'll definitely do this again.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you, man. This is dope.
All right, brother.
This is dope. I'm sure we'll do this again.
If you're on this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and make sure you push that notification button so that you can get notifications anytime I post brand new videos. We out.
Peace.